Hey there, it's Ancy coming at you, founder of the Commerce Business School. I'm going to come at you kind of hard and heavy on this. Do you give up before you get started? And yes, I'm talking about here inside the e-commerce business school when you get started with one of our many courses and then you give up, I don't know, maybe a day or two into your new endeavor. So I'm going to hit this head on and I'm going to talk about making yourself bulletproof, and it will not be easy. See, here's something very interesting is I do this poll fairly frequently in any of our informational web class sessions about any one of our many training products, and I poll them on the 3 success pillars. I don't have it directly in front of me, but I do know number 3 is this. So what happens is I ask the first questions: are you known to, do you value being in an engaged community? I don't remember the first one, but in any case, the third question is, are you known to be consistent and with an engaged mindset? So with the first 2 questions, the answers are very high. Like, yeah, that's me, I love being in an engaged community. But then when I ask about consistency, every single time without exception, what was about a 50-60% people rating themselves a 10, it plummets down to 10% when I ask them about their consistency. And I'm like, thank you for your honesty. And I mean that. They're being honest. I know they are because the stats bear out every single time. Anyways, I just got really inspired because one of our memes that just got posted on our group here says this: giving up after one setback is like slashing your tires because you've got a flat. I'll read it again. Giving up after one setback is like slashing your tires because you've got a flat. So you're driving along the road, you've got your brand new training, you bought into it, you're excited, I'm gonna go out and do this thing. Anne's got all these success stories. I can't wait to be one of those success stories. I'm all over it. And you get in your car, which is your training, and you start implementing, and then you get a setback. Let's just say you are in our most popular training is Shop Your Way to Wealth, and you go to the store, and lo and behold, the very first time you go out scanning, you don't find anything. And you go, there it is. There it is. Proof positive. I knew it. I knew it. It doesn't work. Yep, there's my flat tire. So I think I'm going to get out of my car now and I'm just going to go ahead and slash all the rest of the tires, because proof positive, I went out once and I didn't get results. I was supposed to. I was planning on it. That's why I went, because I'm going to bring back a really big haul my very first time. But oh man, I didn't. So I think I'll get out and slash all the tires. Do you guys see the analogy there? So the question becomes, how do I become bulletproof? And by the way, regarding the slashing of the tires, so let's talk about that, and then I'm going to go into the bulletproof. So Martha Fitzenmeyer, her first year, she came just this close to 300 grand doing local retail arbitrage, her very first year, okay? 2 weeks out, she shared in an interview with me, she said, you know, by week 2, I was really discouraged. And I was expressing my discouragement to my husband, and he said, that's not the Martha I know. The Martha I know, she's not a quitter. See, Martha was right in that mental state of, I think I'll just go ahead and slash the rest of the tires because it looks like I've got a flat. I'm 2 weeks out on my journey. It's looking like a flat tire. What the heck? I'm just going to slash all the tires and be done with this. He says, no. Not my Martha. And then she goes on to do $300,000 in sales in 1 year. She stayed in the car. She chose not to slash the tires. Instead, she fixed that flat. She kind of got a little kick in the butt from her husband, which was all very good. And by the way, if you're looking for that little kick in the butt, you get into our boot camp. It's, I forget our stats. I don't know if it's 25, 35%. Everyone is eligible to join the boot camp with Coach Kurt for anyone who invests into any one of our training products. Be that Shop Your Way to Wealth, be that book flipping, be that online shopping arbitrage, sourcing China, print on demand, wholesale sourcing, etc., etc. Everybody gets a boot camp because we want to get you started out on the right foot. And the testimonials that come in from the Accountability Bootcamp are amazing. Hi there, David in the house. So I was in last Friday's Accountability Bootcamp and hearing these incredible remarks that people had to share about what the bootcamp meant to them. All right, let's turn the corner now. I've got your attention, and you've decided you're not going to be the person who gets out because of a flat tire and you go in and you slash all 3 tires. Instead, you say, nope, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to fix my flat tire and get right back in my car. In fact, I'm going to push the pedal to the metal, right? All right, so how do you make yourself bulletproof becomes the question. How do you become bulletproof? Know that most people are motivated more by pain than they are pleasure. And for me, all of this game of business is it's me learning how to kind of gamify the process. And I think about it. And I think about what is going to drive me and compel me so that I stay in the game, because what I don't want to do is set up a pathway of failure, a loop that just keeps repeating itself, because every time I choose to give up, get out and slash the rest of the tires. That's from a meme that just got posted on our page an hour ago. I love it. It's so perfect. See, every time you do that pattern of getting out and destroying the vehicle, you make it that much easier to replicate that process, because you basically programmed yourself. Every time I have a flat tire, meaning I hit a roadblock, there it is, it's time to quit. See, instead, I've adapted into the game knowing that each time I repeat a success pattern, I deepen that groove. That neural pathway becomes stronger and stronger and stronger. I know that to be true. So I'm very mindful. I don't want to set up a pattern of failure. I need to break that pattern. So what I do for myself, I do look out, future casting. What is the pain motivator? This is what I do. I look first at the pain motivator. If I don't do this, then what? And it's called dramatization. It's like, oh, that's going to happen? Okay, like I so don't want that to be me, right? And so I tap into that, but I also tap into a big motivator. So I'm just going to give you my direct story of when I first came online. I had one motivator is, hey, we're living longer these days. I'm not thinking that I'm going to have this safety net underneath me for the rest of my life. That being the government? I don't think so. I think I'm going to have to grow up and own this thing and better secure my financial future, and also for the fact that women outlive men. So I better get hopping here. And then my pleasure motivator was, I want to get my husband home. Now here's the bulletproof part. And it's going to go a little bit of brain science, so you'll just have to bear with me. So there's an author that I really like. His name is Simon Sinek, and he talks about the limbic brain. And the limbic brain means really deep, deep in the gut emotional feelings. Stuff so deep, I'm going to say it, it'll make you cry. It's so deep and profound that when you tap into those motivators, that's how you win the game, because they are these deep-seated human emotions that are the most powerful triggers of all. And so I look for that. what's really going to motivate me for the long haul. So to distill this down in a practical manner for our members is I do this in our new member orientation every Wednesday night. And we do this wealth building exercise and we reverse engineer. So I'm going to give you a quick little description about it because you can learn and do this right now. You can jot down the steps. And I ask people, where do you want to be 6 months from now? And then I ask them, what's the number one thing you want to accomplish, fix, or avoid in your life 6 months from now? I don't ask them right out of the gate, how much money do you want to make? Because money is just a vehicle and nothing more. What I want to know is what's driving them. What do you want to accomplish? What do you want to fix? Or what do you want to avoid? And surely everybody's got one of those three. I want to accomplish this, I want to fix that, I want to avoid that. So last week, 3 members got unmuted. 2 want to get out of debt is what they said. And the other was she wants to get a home for her mother in her aging years, right? That sounds like limbic brain stuff to me. Okay, then I asked them this. I want you to visualize exactly what it's going to look like the day you have your debt fully paid off. Do you know what you're going to do? Can you visualize it? Do you know what it looks like in your mind's eye? The day you get that house for your mother, what does it feel like? What does it look like? And people need to replay that emotion as much as they can and build that desire for what they want to accomplish. Not a fleeting thing, but what are you going to do? What restaurant are you going to be at? Are you going to be celebrating? Are you going to have balloons? Are you going to go on a trip? What are you going to do? When you, for whatever it is you decide you want to accomplish, fix, or avoid 6 months from now. And I'll say, that's your assignment. I want you to tell me exactly what that day is going to look like. And we actually have a PDF. It's right there in the GoToWebinar panel. And we say, download that, print it out, fill it out, and stick it on your wall. And that becomes your declaration of intent. And that's how you become bulletproof, is tapping into that. Because here's what you have to override, is the resistance to quit. And your biology is saying, you know, your biology dances and messes with your head like it always does. You know, you really don't, you know, it's that whole rationalization thing, and you've got to fight that thing. And the way you fight it is because you say, no, 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 no. You don't understand. We have a bigger directive in place here, and everything goes to the back of the bus because the main directive is what you've determined, what you want to accomplish, fix, or avoid. So that's the first part of the exercise. And then the second part is, great. How much money is that going to take? And then we give people all these tools, the end of day tracker, etc., so that you can be like a true business owner and track your numbers. Reverse engineer it till you reach that, whatever it is, paying off the debt, getting your mother a home, etc. So that's what we want to do, don't we? Don't we really? And isn't it worth it in the long run just to prove to yourself once and for all that you can set out and accomplish something, that you made that determination and you set in motion this cycle of success rather than a cycle of failure? We should resist and fight that at every cost possible and go for developing those winning success patterns. So I hope this was helpful. My battery is almost shut. I just got the little warning. So I have to scoot. And folks, don't go slashing your 3 tires just when you hit a roadblock and have a flat tire. Fix the flat tire and get back on the road. All right, that's my message for you today. Go out and do mighty things. Bye-bye.